What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's Netflix original movie review of Hustle. This film is directed by Jeremiah Zagar. Now, before we begin, if you like this video, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button as well as commenting below on any video that you watch, including this one. So this story is the story of a character named Stanley Sugarman, who's played by Adam Sandler. He is one of the best scouts in the league. He scouts for the Philadelphia 76ers, goes around the world trying to find the best upcoming stars. And he is kind of in a rut, I guess you could say. He's wanting to promote himself to a coach, but he, of course, needs the blessing of the owner, who's played by Duvall. He's promoted, but then, of course, Robert Duvall's character dies as the story needs a kind of a catalyst. So Ben Foster's character takes over, who is now the owner of the team, and of course he won't promote Adam Sandler's Stanley Sugarman character. So with that said, Stanley Sugarman goes back out on the road, and he finds this character named Bo Cruz, who is this construction worker that's really good at basketball. And of course he's played by NBA star Juancho Hernangomez. And in the process, this Bo Cruz character is rough around the edges. Nobody in the NBA really wants to have any looks at him, and it's a story about the scout who leaves the 76ers as the scout and kind of trains this individual who's rough around the edges to become the next NBA superstar. And it's like I said, a very inspirational storytelling element when it comes to, like, Invincible or Cool Runnings or any of these stories that have rough around the edges characters who end up becoming famous in their own right. So with that said, this isn't a true story. It's an inspirational story, an inspirational sports story, like a lot of movies that come out, but a lot of times are actual true stories instead of being fictionalized. But when you watch this movie, you can tell it could be inspirational and true in a particular sense, but I just wanted to make the correlation there on that particular instance. But Juancho Hernangomez and his main rival is, of course, Anthony Edwards, who's also a NBA superstar currently playing in the sport. So it's a movie that is using real life individuals in a kind of different sense in a lot of respects. They are superstars, but they are playing characters of different ilk. But this movie has a lot of current and former NBA superstars in it, like Shaquille O'Neal and Alvin Iverson, and of course Trae Young and stuff like that. So it's a movie that a lot of these NBA superstars were brought in to kind of give it more authentic feel when the story plays out, even though the main thrust of the story is played by real NBA superstars, but they are playing fictional characters. But with that said, when it comes to sports inspirational films, they're usually films that a lot of people really enjoy because they have good heart to them. They're entertaining. They have, just a fun time. You don't really have to sit there and think about what exactly is going on. You just kind of run around with the story. But like I said, when it comes to like NBA superstars or football superstars or something like that, when it comes to the sports stars in general, a lot of times when they get into like main roles, they're usually not very good, to be fairly honest. There is that every once in a while, there's like Blue Chips or something like that where they're pretty decent in it, but it doesn't usually work out. So it's not that I was worried about this movie not being very good. I just kind of predicted that it wasn't going to be very good. On top of that, Adam Sandler has done like couple dramatic roles. I mean, he's really good in Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love, but you never know what you're going to get when it comes to an individual like Adam Sandler. A lot of times it's very over the top, sticky, not very good, acting and stuff like that. It's not that I'm glad I went with low expectations, but I'm glad that this movie's actually pretty good. It's actually really good, to be fairly honest. It has a couple of weird performances from like Ben Foster, and I think Juancho Hernangomez is alright. He's not great, but there's enough there for his character. There's enough there for his performance that it actually feels very inspirational. You really get a sense that he lives in Spain, where he's from, and his family and his daughter that's in this movie really feel authentic and really feel kind of true to life to an individual that may have gone through this. I don't particularly know, but it really is a good sense of just a very authentically feel movie of an individual that is looked down upon, who finds himself, rising as a superstar later on as the movie ends. But I think overall, I think it's a decent performance. It does a very nice job of just presenting a character who is just down on himself and needs somebody like Stanley Sugarman to help him out. And like I said, when it comes to Ben Foster's character, I just think he's silly and over the top. I think he's one of those very predictable bad guy characters that is just, you see how his trajectory is going to go. So I'm not saying that the movie's perfect. It really isn't when it comes to that. The fact that there's so many cameos from NBA superstars feels very self-serving in a lot of aspects, but it makes it more authentic in its feel. So I don't fault it for that, but I do think that it does fall in a lot of tropes of these different, storytelling aspects when it comes to inspirational storytelling. But I got to give a lot of credit to Adam Sandler's character, or Adam Sandler in general, because once again, he is an underrated actor when he goes to the dramatic performances. Yes, his comedic abilities are here. He is very funny in this movie, but there is a heart to him. There is a dimension to him, and it's a performance that I really felt worked and was justified and very gelled with this movie. It's a very R-rated performance, but it is a very heartwarming performance. Yes, he is a scout. He's made a lot of money, but you can feel his emotion. You can feel the fact that he feels like he's out of place in this world that is moving on, past him. He wants to be a coach. He wants to do something different, and he keeps getting put down. And like these traditional stories, he needs that catalyst, that anchor to push himself forward. And it really does work in this movie. I think it's absolutely riveting performance from Adam Sandler. And once again, it's going to be a performance that's going to get a lot of buzz, but I don't think it's going to get what you call Oscar nomination caliber performances and stuff like that, because some reason people like Jim Carrey, who should have gotten nominated for Truman Show and this, Punch Drunk Love, or even, like I said, Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, there's something about the Academy that just looks down upon comedians when they go dramatic. And I think Adam Sandler does wonderful work here. He works well off the NBA superstars and really feels like he's like really integrated into this world. The characters really play off him very well, and that's a testament to how good Adam Sandler can be as an actor. Even though he does a lot of really crappy films, it feels like in the last couple of years he's taking chances, and it really shows. And I wish and hope Adam Sandler keeps doing this, because it really does work. And once again, even though there's a lot of self-serving to the NBA, it really does feel authentic to its kind of world that it's presenting. And once again, Adam Sandler feels at home in this world. And I know he's a huge NBA fan, but it was surprising. This is a director also that hasn't really done very much of anything, so this was a nice pick through Adam Sandler, who probably knows the director pretty well. It's written by the writer of Star is Born, so it has a little bit of cred there. And it just, in the end, to kind of finish out this review, it's a really well done story. Yes, it's very traditional, very tropey in its own right, but the performances of Adam Sandler, and to an extent Juancho Hernangomez, and even Anthony Edwards, who I do think gets a little annoying, are actually work pretty well, and they make this story well done and well presented. And it's a good film for Netflix, so I feel like it is justified, for the money they probably spent on it. But overall, I think it's a pretty good movie, so definitely recommended. If you love the NBA, you'll love all the cast and special guests that show up in this movie, and I think it's fun. So anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on Netflix's Hustle. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below, are you interested in seeing this movie? Who is your favorite NBA player or team? Let me know in the comments. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. And if you like this video, awesome, hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.